All right. Welcome back to the channel. Gervonta Davis team talks about moving on, slams Vasily Lomachenko as they move on to the next. Tell him a couple real nasty things. Crack a couple kind of mean jokes on him. But then say, hey, man, we know what the big fight is now. And that fight is against that little dude from Newark, New Jersey, Shakur Stevenson. Let's talk about that in this video.
But what are your thoughts on Gervonta Davis and a possible matchup? Because many people
ask Floyd Mayweather. He said the kid isn't ready yet for the fight. Floyd Mayweather is his promoter. Floyd Mayweather, if anybody, Jr., knows about boxing. The question of whether Gervonta Davis is ready to fight a master like Loma should be put to Floyd Mayweather Jr. Let him answer that question. But don't ask stupid stuff about Gervonta Davis when his promoter says he's not ready.
But you know, I think Gervonta Davis, he's best of the best fighter in the Twitter.
All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 135-pound division where Gervonta Davis slams Vasily Lomachenko. And cracks a joke on Vasily Lomachenko. This is Kenny Ellis, man. Kenny Ellis, if you ain't familiar with Kenny Ellis, man, Kenny Ellis is one of the best people in boxing. He is one of the funniest dudes in boxing. He is the assistant trainer or co-head trainer of Gervonta Davis. One of the funniest dudes, savage dudes. One of the dudes that told Shakur Stevenson right to his face, man, look, we need some of your blood on this rag. But when President Biden stepped down, Kenny had more jokes and showed a picture of him and said, Vasily Lomachenko steps down. Like an old, showing an old picture, old shriveled up Joe Biden when he does it. Now, before I get into the details of all of this, though, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you guys so much for your continued support. It really, really, really makes a big difference to the channel. But let's get into this, man, because, yeah. Vasily Lomachenko out here looking like a whole hoe. Yeah, he is. Look, man, I'm a Vasily Lomachenko fan. I'll speak highly of Vasily Lomachenko. I know he's a great fighter. I know he got heart, but it don't look like he got heart when it comes to Gervonta. I cannot lie. People have been telling me for a long time about the different things Vasily Lomachenko has been saying about Gervonta. People have been saying the things that Gervonta's done to Vasily Lomachenko for several years, right? Ever since they were at 130 pounds together and Vasily Lomachenko left the weight class. Well, now we got a conclusion to this because they had never actually, the two, that being Gervonta Davis, the WBA world champion, and Vasily Lomachenko, the newly crowned IBF lightweight champion, they had never actually been involved in any negotiations before. They had never actually sat down at a table and said, hey, man, let's get this done. Well, Vasily Lomachenko has now been at the table. And guess what? What Kenny Ellis said about him seems like, and Bob Arum, seems like it may be true. That Bob Arum wanted to cash out Vasily Lomachenko. And Vasily Lomachenko said, nah, dog, nah, you're not cashing me out for tens of millions of dollars. I don't want the fight. So he steps down, he steps out of the negotiation and moves on about his business. So what do we have now? We have conversations that took place in 2018 or so where somebody stuck a mic in Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s face and said, Floyd said, we're in no rush to get the Lomachenko fight done. Dude, that was 6 years ago. To now, You have, at the entire time that the Vasily Lomachenko's been at 135, Vasily's shown no interest in fighting Gervonta Davis since he got there. His job has been to try to become an undisputed champion. And he fought everybody that he could with a championship. All the way up until now, where you have Gervonta Davis who has a champion, and then all of a sudden he's not motivated. If you recall, Vasily Lomachenko lost to Devin Haney for the undisputed title. He wanted his run back immediately. But no go. No go when it comes to Gervonta Davis. He doesn't want to build upon his win against George Kambosos. Now it's just good enough for him to be a champion. And, if I'm not motivated, all the money in the world won't motivate me. That's not sounding copacetic. So we got Shakur Stevenson. So let's move to what we now know the case is. Because Kenny Ellis and those guys in that interview with Shakur Stevenson said it. Look, man, hey, you're next. Are you available in March? Said, are you available in March? Can you wait until after we get done with Vasily Lomachenko so we can get to you? Shakur Stevenson said, nah, man, I ain't waiting on you now. I ain't going to sit around forever and do all of that. But so now it's a time where you don't have to sit down. You don't have to wait. You can get right to it immediately. And we're going to see now whether or not Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson are both being serious about making that fight. But as far as the all of this stuff that was talked about Gervonta and for the last several years and how it was Gervonta that didn't want to fight anybody, let me tell you something, man. All that stuff is out the window. You had Devin Haney, who left 135 pounds of his own volition to go to 140 pounds. It was not Gervonta that left that weight class. So let's go over this. Of all these people that people say Gervonta never wanted to fight, how many of these people left the weight class that he was in? Lomachenko says he wants to fight Gervonta Davis. Gervonta's at 130. Who leaves? Vasily leaves, goes to 135. And then when it's the time to make a fight, all of a sudden he has interest for everybody else, but no interest for Gervonta. Then you've got Devin, left the weight class. All that, I'm available. I don't have to leave. Well, hey, guess what, Dev? Gervonta may be available now. You're a licensed fighter. Gervonta's got a free date. Hey, man, why don't you jump out there and say you'll take the date? No. I don't hear Devin Haney or Devin Haney fans saying we're free. Hey, man, I'm gonna come down to 135. Come get it, and come fight Gervonta at 135. You don't hear that either. Who? Teofimo Lopez left 135 pounds. It's amazing, man. It's amazing. Ryan Garcia did fight Gervonta Davis. It seems like almost everybody of these four kings, except for Shakur Stevenson, look like they purposely chose to move away from the smoke instead of staying where the smoke is. And now you can add Vasily Lomachenko. To that mix. I guess money isn't everything. I guess these people that keep saying, hey, man, we want to do it for the fans. We want to do it. I don't know how serious they are, man. It's looking like a lot of people really don't want that smoke with Gervonta. Hopefully Shakur is not one of those people that get funny feet. And hopefully Gervonta doesn't get funny feet as far as fighting Shakur Stevenson next, because, hey, man, that is the fight to be made. I will not be upset about a Williams Zepeda fight. Provided that the WBA makes that the mandatory challenger for Gervonta if he decides to do that, because they might as well, because Zepeda is the WBC mandatory for Shakur, but it doesn't look like they care about fighting him. It'd be real interesting if the WBA made Zepeda the WBA mandatory, but then Oscar De La Hoya decided he didn't want the fight, and that wouldn't be surprising me at all if that transpired. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.